still focusing on motorsports art, really kind of concentrated most of my work towards IndyCar racing. I got hooked up with the Speedway Indiana Arts Council, and each May they run a pop-up art sale right across from the track. You walk out the front door and you can see the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. A portion of my sales and everybody else's sales goes towards helping the arts in Speedway. I'm able to do some live art and at the same time talk to other racing fans, because I'm a racing fan. We sit there and kind of banter back and forth about who might have been better, or what they thought about this certain race or whatever. And been doing a lot of commission work for people, a little bit of graphic design here and there once in a while, because I still dabble with that. Most of my main focus is fine arts and motorsports art, being a dad and a husband after that.
And you're actually on your way to Indianapolis right now, because you actually moved away from Siouxland.
Yes, we did. We moved in late July of 21, so it's been almost 2 years. Got a lot of friends from back there. We do miss them. We were there for about 5 years, and that's got a special place in our hearts. It was a good experience for us being there, and the people. It's got such a cool subculture. I never would have thought Greek Fest was a thing in Sioux City, Iowa, but it's amazing. So that's just one example of one of the nice surprises we had just coming there.
And where are you based now?
Strangely enough, about 10 miles from Chicagoland Motor Speedway, just outside of Joliet.
You're just a huge racing fan. Who are some of the drivers that you look up to?
When I was a kid, it was just going back. I first saw Cal Yarborough when they were only showing maybe 5 NASCAR races on CBS per year, and like, oh, he's the cool guy. And I was kind of been older than 5. And then my dad and my grandpa were big Ford guys, so Bill Elliott was winning a lot of races in the mid-'80s. I liked his cars. We were always watching the super speedways, and Bill Elliott was winning a lot of those races at that time. Won the first Talladega race in '85, coming from 2 laps down, and that just doesn't happen anymore in NASCAR. It's just like, that's how strong his engine package and his aerodynamics package was, and he's able to come all the way back, falling 2 laps down at the start of the race. So Bill Elliott was definitely one of them. Indy cars, it was Rick Mears. Michael Andretti was an early one too. I was a big fan of his. Jack Villeneuve. Robbie Gordon was a big one, like in the mid-'90s. He was just really exciting to watch. Alex Zanardi's a huge one for me, not only for his racing career in cars, but then what he was able to continue to do with his life after he got hurt in 2001. I think he won hand cycling event in back-to-back Paralympics, and he's done the Ironman triathlon. He's just an amazing individual. Motorcycle racing, I'm into that too. Kevin Schwantz is somebody I always appreciated. Nicky Hayden, definitely. He was just a guy that he was fast, but everybody liked him. Teammates with Valentino Rossi, who was notorious for chewing up his teammates for a long time and spitting them out. And Nicky was just like, yeah, I'm racing, I don't know. And they actually got to be good friends. Nicky won his one world championship in 2006 by beating him in the last round. Not many people were able to do that, especially at that time period when Rossi was a very, very strong rider. I'd say Scott Dixon's one of my favorites. Pato O'Ward, who races for Arrow McLaren. I like him a lot. He's hilarious, exciting to watch. If you go on his Instagram, I just want to hang out with him because he eats really good food. It's either sushi or tacos this guy's eating. So I love how he rolls. Daniel Ricciardo in Formula One, I like him. Kind of in between rides right now, but he's currently with Red Bull F1. Sergio Perez, another guy I like. David Malukas in IndyCar too. I like him a lot. He's fast. He's got a really quick, sharp wit. He's a good guy. He's actually from up here in Chicago and drives for Dale Coyne Racing, which is, I think, about 10 minutes from where I live. He's somebody I really appreciate watching too.
Do you have any predictions for this year's Indianapolis 500?
Dixon's going to be fast. I hope his luck is going to be better. For some reason, the cartoon anvil keeps coming crashing down on his head, unfortunately. The last 2 years, he had the fastest car, and a mistake happened by the team or by himself and got in the way of him winning the race. He's going to be strong. I'll give you 3. Dixon will be in the picture. Teammate Marcus Ericsson, I think, will be in the picture. I think it's going to be 4. Pato O'Ward and Joseph Newgarden. Joseph Newgarden looked really fast in the April test a couple of weeks ago. Penske hasn't had a really good Indy 500 program in the last couple of years, and I think that they're due. Dark horse would be Takuma Sato, because he's with a really strong team in Chip Ganassi Racing. He's already won the race twice.
So, Alex, after you did the last program cover and everything kind of shut down, did you get a lot of insight from people who did get to see it, or maybe some of the drivers themselves?
Actually, I did. There's a gentleman who does a lot of work with some form of the IndyCar series for decades, and the creative director was able to get in touch with him, and he was able to get a autographed poster and program of that year by Parnelli Jones and the late Bobby Unser, and then he got me another poster and program from Takuma Sato. All of them were very complimentary. Bobby Unser and Parnelli were just thankful. His words, he was like, yeah, they were thankful you're remembering the old guys. I'm going, are you kidding me? The track is one thing, and the event is one thing, but it's also the players involved that create this whole wonderful story for us to come and check out every day. Parnelli Jones and Bobby Unser, two of the pillars of that whole story. And Takuma Sato's kind of become that as well in the last 15 years, winning the race twice. He's just always fast there. But for that kind of humility, that was very special to get that feedback. I was very touched.
Want a worry-free way to kill bugs?